Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Laju Iren, and on this channel I talk about love, life and faith. I'm so excited to have you here. You're here and you're here and I'm here. It's so amazing. I'm always excited, like in almost every video. In fact, do you know what? Just go and watch all my videos and then just like notice my level of excitement, because I'm always happy when I get to hang out with you guys on my channel. So yeah, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button as well as the bell beside it so you can know when I have new videos coming up. Today I'm going to be talking about what fairy tales don't teach you about love. Before I get to the topic of today, I'm shooting this video. I don't know when you're going to be watching it, but I'm shooting it at a time where it seems like coronavirus is really in the news like daily. We're almost fully quarantining here in Nigeria where I live. I just want to encourage you to live in faith, that there's no reason to fear. Wash your hands, stay at home if you can. I'm hoping you can, and trust God. He really has got the whole world in his hands. But you still need great relationship advice and wisdom from the word of God even in these times, and that's why I'm sharing this with you today. I told you guys I was going to do a video what love really is. I'm also going to be doing that like shortly. I don't know if I'll post it before or after this one, but you should watch it. But this video is so important. You see, a lot of us look to the movies to teach us about love, but like I'll always say, you don't learn about love from Hollywood or Nollywood or Bollywood, but the wood on the cross blood stained for you. That's something you need to know. I was watching a video one time and a person was talking about how movies were not made to educate you. They were made to entertain you. Like 20th Century Fox, Miramax, all those big studios did not come together and say, what can we teach them about relationship? Let's really teach them something, and then put together a video or a movie. No, they were made to entertain you. But for a lot of us, we've taken all the things, or many of the things that we know and that form our convictions about relationship, marriage, love from the movies, and that is scary. That's scary, because many times they give you different ideas about love and not many of them are correct. Okay, so today is back to today's topic: what fairy tales don't teach you about love. I'm finding it weird to see myself because this is my first time of doing this color of hair and this magnitude, so I'm trying to reconcile who I know myself to be with this. But I like it, I think, and my husband loves it. But anyway, what fairy tales don't teach you about love. I shared this, I think it was Young and Free, earlier this year. When I have full video, I'll share it with you guys. But today I just want to talk one-on-one what fairy tales don't teach you about love. And I got thinking about this topic one time earlier this year too, when I went to my daughter's school and they were doing a play, The Princess and the Pea. That was a play, The Princess and the Pea. And well, so the story, in case you don't know the story, it's a very popular story, but in case you don't know it, it's about a prince whose mother told him, you need to get married, like mothers will often do. You need to get married, you need to get married. And the prince was like, it's not like I don't want to get married, but I haven't like found a true princess. Because the queen was like, oh my god, I need grandchildren. Don't worry, I'm already getting to the point, I promise. Because the mother was like, oh my god, I need grandchildren, you need to get married. And he was like, I haven't found a true princess. And so the prince went to different countries of the world. So for my daughter's play, they were holding different flags, the girls were holding different flags, and he went to different countries and he didn't find a princess. And maybe the reason why I needed a message was because it irked me a little, because he went to Canada and then I was holding the flag of Canada and he went there and he didn't see a princess, and I was like, for what? Like, my daughter is like a princess of the highest level, but I don't even think she'll choose if he chose her. But that's just me being like an extra mom. So he went to all the nations of the world and didn't find a princess, and he went back home and so I was like, oh, you didn't find the princess. And then one night it was raining heavily and a lady came. She had lost her way, she was all drenched in cold, and she came to the palace where the prince was and said, I'm a princess, but I'm lost and I'm cold. And they were like, are you sure you're a princess? And she said, yes, I'm a princess. And the prince said, I'm gonna give you a test to know whether you're really a princess. He didn't tell her, but his mind was like, oh, I'm gonna really test her to know if she was a princess. And I remember the first time reading that book, because it's based on a book, and thinking, I wonder what he's gonna do. Is he going to look for how she treats people? Is he going to look for what's important to her? But you won't believe it. The prince and his mother put a little pea under a mattress. A pea is like beans, you know, beans, or fish, that's what they use for fried rice, something like that. Put it under the mattress, then put many mattresses on top. And they were like, if she can feel that pea that is underneath the mattress, it means she's a real princess. Brethren, now so. And so she slept, and the next morning she woke up so uncomfortable. And she was uncomfortable because there was a pea under the mattress, and she was a real princess, and she felt the pea. That's just a weird story. It's not true, because what makes royalty is from the inside. If you like have a skin condition that makes you feel things from like 6 to 8 feet, that doesn't make you a princess. I know you guys might say it's just a story, but many times we adapt these things into our everyday lives. You choose people based on how high up in the society they are, how they look, and looks are important, but they're not the most important thing. Or how exposed they are socially, what's their social standing, how do they dress, what's the color of their skin. But that's the wrongest thing, because when it comes down to it, it's what's on someone's inside that determines whether or not a marriage will work, not what's on the outside. Okay? And I talk about the outside a lot, but the cocoa, like we say in Nigeria, is what's really on the inside. Do you get? So that's what made me decide to put together this topic, what fairy tales don't teach you about love. And I'm going to go back to the Prince and the Pea later, but number one thing, fairy tales don't teach you about love. Kisses don't transform frogs. Kisses don't transform frogs. They don't transform beasts. And I know you're not going to go outside your house, look for a frog or a toad and kiss them so they'll become a prince or a princess. But when you start dating someone to change them, this is your conviction right here, that if Beauty could fall in love with the beast and the beast now turned into a handsome prince, that will happen for you as well. Sorry, they've taken the light, but I think our lighting is still good, so I'll just continue because kids are at home. I don't know when I'll have the time. So what was I saying? So this idea that because Beauty fell in love with Beast and Beast changed to a handsome prince, and so you're dating somebody that has a horrible character. You're dating somebody that you shouldn't be with when it comes to a romantic relationship. Like, you can preach to them, evangelize them from afar, love them from afar, but you shouldn't be dating them. But many times you are dating them because you feel kisses transform frogs. Kisses don't transform frogs. If somebody says you need to have sex with me to keep me in this relationship, you are not doing yourself a favor by succumbing to them. Because what you're telling them is this: look, I know that you're a frog, but if I kiss you, I'm going to transform you into somebody who is God-fearing, who loves the Lord, who blah blah. It doesn't work that way. Your love cannot change someone that the love of God has not changed. Kisses don't transform frogs. That's the first thing I wanted to teach you guys. That fairy tales will never ever tell you about love. A fairy tale tells you that if somebody has been sleeping for a very long time and she has true love first kiss, you just wake up and fall in love. She needs to first of all be awake to smell the coffee to know where her life is going before you can even talk about kissing and love. That's just by the way. Okay? The second thing is princesses and princes come in different sizes and containers. The content is what matters the most. And this is a great lesson from Princess and the Pea. Like, people, there are different looks that people will have. So it's okay to have like physical specs. I talk about this in my book, Dating Intelligently. But when it comes down to it, please always pick character above looks. Always pick content above container. That Princess and the Pea story, I find it so interesting because he's chosen this lady as a wife because she couldn't, like, she felt a pea from, I find that story so weird. But what about the important things in life? Like, how does he know they can make decisions together? How does he know this person is going to be with him when things get difficult? How do you know that that guy that you chose based on the look of his muscles is going to stand by you, he's going to be faithful, he's going to support you in life? Please, don't mistake the negotiables for non-negotiables when choosing a spouse, okay? Princesses and princes come in different sizes and containers. It's the content that matters most. And the truth is, fairy tales don't teach you that. Neither do the movies. Or neither do many movies. Another thing is this: use your brain. Listening to your heart will lead to confusion. In other words, don't listen to your heart. Pocahontas' grandma told you, listen to your heart. Or is it with your heart? You will understand. And I get, like, passion is important. Doing stuff you like is important. But it's not the most important thing. You're dating somebody who maybe cannot be faithful, is physically abusive, is not interested in the relationship, but you're still staying there because you're like, the heart wants what the heart wants. No! The Bible says that the heart of man is desperately wicked, and that you should guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it come the issues of life. Don't let your emotions lead you. Your emotions are important, but they are not leaders. You are supposed to be led by the Spirit of God, and then your emotions can follow. You are supposed to use the wisdom that God has given you. My husband was mentioning the quote yesterday that I really love. He said, God gave you a brain so you can give him rest. So when you look at a relationship and it looks unhealthy, don't now go and be listening to your heart and be saying, heart, what do you think? Should I go on? Should I go on? No relationship is perfect. That doesn't mean that you should choose the most imperfect one out there. Do you understand? So don't listen to your heart. That's my earring has fallen down. Don't listen to your heart. That's my advice to you. Don't listen to your heart. Do you understand? I'm not saying you shouldn't choose someone you like when it comes to a dating relationship. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there's got to be more on the table. What's this person's character like? What's their walk with the Lord like? What are their dreams for the future? Do you understand? Those are things that you look out for when it comes to relationship. And fairy tales don't teach you that. Another thing fairy tales don't teach you is that if you're still sleeping, I mentioned this in passing before, you need a life before a relationship. Sleeping Beauty, can you hear me? Some of us are just hanging out in our lives, like just basically dulling. What do you want to do with your life? You don't really know. What are your plans for the future? You don't really know. What will God have you do? You don't really know. What are you investing in? Nothing. You just want to be in a relationship. You are still sleeping like Sleeping Beauty, expecting that once true love's first kiss comes, you begin your life as a wife or as a husband. That's dangerous, because love should meet you prepared. Love should meet you knowing where you are going to. Some of us, you need to get a life before you get a relationship. Not like Sleeping Beauty. Imagine that all your life you've been sleeping, and then the first time you wake up, you find yourself in somebody's arms, and you are a wife or you're a husband. You haven't really found yourself. See, I'm all for getting married early. By God's grace, I got married early. I think I was like 23. If not for money, I would have married earlier. If not that we were saving up, I would have married earlier. But I'm saying that it's important that you find yourself first. That's what's even going to determine the quality of your choice when it gets to choosing a relationship, when it gets to choosing a life partner. So if you are still sleeping, my advice to you is wake up, get a life before getting a relationship. Don't just be dormant all your life, uninterested in what God will have you do, just assuming that your single period is just a waiting period. It is a waiting period, but it's not just a waiting period. You can find yourself before someone finds you for a relationship. So if you're still sleeping, you need to get a life. And I don't mean that in a rude way at all, but you need to get a life before getting a relationship. Okay? Another thing I'm going to mention is this. You can't test true love with a kiss. Yeah, I said it. You can't know, oh my God, we had so much chemistry. Chemistry is just one subject. Chemistry is just what? One subject. You guys did WASC or WAEC or NECO. That's what we call qualifying exams to get into university in Nigeria. You did it, right? If you got an A in chemistry and you failed all the other subjects, have you failed or not? You failed. You might have got an A in chemistry, maybe you even got 100%. But if you failed English, you failed maths, you failed biology, you've failed. When it comes to relationships, chemistry is not enough. It's not enough, okay? So there are other things to look out for. You can't test true love with the first kiss. You can't simply be like, we kissed and the sparks were flying and we had sex and it was so great and that means he's the one for me. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Some of the most magical kisses you've seen have been in movies, right? Like, I know I don't really watch kisses so much, but I've watched a number in movies and they're so magical. All of a sudden you see fireworks from nowhere and music is playing in the background and they are beautiful to watch. But guess what? The people who are acting are not even in a relationship. Like, when they are done with their roles, they're going to go back home to their respective spouses, to their respective lives, take their money, go home. Maybe they even hate each other, but they acted it so well. There was such great chemistry between them as an on-screen couple, but there was nothing. And so for some of us, you are just acting in your relationship. If it's chemistry you have, if that's all you have, you are just acting. Because you can't test true love with a kiss. If you hear a child screaming in the background, she's mine. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Chemistry is just one subject. That's another thing. Another thing I'm going to mention is this. What fairy tales won't teach you about love? It doesn't matter if the prince did not choose you. There are others. Like, if I was in Cinderella's time, do you understand? I wouldn't even bother going to line up to be wearing shoe, to wear one shoe. And how come in the whole kingdom it's only one lady that one shoe can size? Okay, so what if the shoe fits me but I don't like the prince? What if the prince doesn't love the Lord? What if the prince is not just my type? What if we don't have the same values? Some of us are so obsessed with who didn't choose us. Like, you liked a guy, he didn't choose you, he asked your best friend out. Oh my God, it's not the end of the world. God still has sons. Your crush said no. God still has daughters. So don't feel like because that one particular person did not choose you, it's the end of the world, it's the end of your life, you never get married. No. God has sons, he has daughters, you're still going to be happy. Someone is still going to find you, you're still going to find someone. Don't let envy get in the way because one particular person did not choose you. Last, everybody will marry one person. Even the most beautiful person in the world, the most handsome, the most rich, you'll marry one person. Maybe some millions they might allow them to marry for. But generally, they can't marry everybody. And sometimes that person that you are so crazy about, maybe they may not even be right for you eventually. So if you are not Cinderella, but you happen to be Cinderella's roommate, Cinderella's classmate, the girl people rarely ask out, Cinderella's best friend, calm down. Even if the prince did not choose you, God has sons. And you don't need to be jealous of anybody, you don't need to be envious of anybody. I like something my husband said again. He said, don't assume that God is cheating on you when he blesses others. See, guys, God has enough resources to go around. So be patient, trust him. Do you understand? I'm not saying you shouldn't do all you can. Dress good, be good, present yourself well, meet people. But there's no need to be desperate. Even if the prince didn't choose you, there are so many others. And that's something you need to understand. That's something the fairy tales don't teach you. The fairy tales just make you feel like it's just one person. And anyone that does not marry that person has to be green with envy for the rest of your life. But that's not so. It's not so at all. Okay? And I'm going to mention this one. This one, fairy tales don't say it like explicitly. They say other things. But this is so important. Young don't mean stupid. Young don't mean stupid. Because you are young, I don't know where people get this idea that you're young, so now is the time to make mistakes. I'm not saying you shouldn't make mistakes. But if your mindset towards life is I'm young, so now is the time to sow my white oats and make mistakes, it's not a mistake if you know that what you're doing is wrong. Do you understand? You can be young and wise. You can be young and decide, I'm not just going to hop from relationship to relationship. I'm not just going to keep having sex. It's your decision. Young don't mean stupid. Like, you don't have to do all these stupid things to now prove that you've gained wisdom. Experience isn't always necessarily the best teacher. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be judgmental. Sometimes people go through stuff. Sometimes they make bad decisions. But it's not compulsory to make bad decisions because you are young. You can start making good decisions today regardless of how old you are, for Christ's sake. You know, I was reading a post about someone who said when she was in secondary school, and she's an inspiring person to read. She's an inspiring person now, from what I know on social media. And talking about how she was in secondary school and they went out to party, and when they came back, all the chapel people were looking at them judgmentally. I'm not saying people should be judgmental, but I was chapel prefect too when I was in school. Do you understand? And she was like, they were looking at her judgmentally, like these ones will never amount to anything because they went out partying. I'm not saying people should be judgmental. But then she said, see, she came out okay. Do you understand? And she was like, so chapel prefect, now how far? I said, oh, we are fine. I don't know how. I was just speaking on behalf of all chapel prefects of the world. I said, we're actually fine. We also came out okay. The truth is, because you don't want to intentionally throw your life away doesn't mean that you are not young or you're not expressive. And I said something. I said, I'm happy you turned out fine. But there are some girls who went for such parties, went outside school for such parties in secondary school. They were raped and they've not recovered. So you must be careful the kind of example we want to set when speaking to young people. Can God use anybody? He can. And I said, well, we are also okay too. So we need to teach people that, young people, that making the right decisions early enough is also great. If you made a mistake, God can turn it around for his glory. He's not judging you. He can turn it around for his glory. That's amazing. He's not scratching his head thinking, what will I do with her now? But where you are now, you have the right, the privilege, the responsibility, the grace, the wisdom to make the best choices available. Whether you're 12 or 24, don't assume that you need to keep making mistakes even though you know what's right, just so that you can get experience. Because sometimes people have experience, but they don't recover from the things that experience has taught them. And so it's important to understand that young don't mean stupid. Like, you don't have to go into all the crazy relationships. You can marry your first boyfriend. It's not a must, because sometimes you date your best friend and you realize there's nothing really there. You can decide that you want to be older before getting into a relationship. You can decide to wait until marriage for sex. You can decide. It's your choice. It's your choice. When people tell you you're an adult, don't let anybody tell you what to do. They are indirectly telling you what to do because they want you to use your adulthood, in quotes, to make the wrong decisions. But you can choose, for Christ's sake, to make the right ones and to pay off. And regardless of whatever decisions you've made in the past before, you can start making the right decisions today. One of the first best decisions you can make is to make Jesus the Lord of your life, to accept him as the Lord of your life. He does change everything. Sorry, that's off script, but I needed to share that with you. Young don't mean stupid. It don't mean stupid. Like, I don't have to do all these stupid things because I'm young. You can be young and wise, and that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay? Another thing to learn, which the fairy tales don't teach you, is that happily ever after is just the beginning. Hey, noise. Sorry about the noise in the background. I hope you can hear me well. Happily ever after is just the beginning. Almost all the movies, all the fairy tales end with the princess dancing at the ball, and then if they come to part 2, they already have kids, and that's beautiful. Dancing at the ball, I love you, love me, let's kiss. That's just the beginning. Because dating intelligently is like enrolling in a good school. You still need to study to make it work. You still need to invest in that relationship. You need to invest time, you need to invest resources, you need to invest yourself, you need to invest wisdom from God. It requires work to make a good relationship work, even after you've chosen the right person. And so don't assume that because the relationship isn't working, you've chosen wrongly and it's not like the fairy tales. Once you say that happily, that closing credit you see at the end of the fairy tale, that's where the work is just beginning. So I hope this has helped you. Remember, when you want to learn about love, Don't look to Nollywood or Hollywood, look to the wood on the cross. I'm gonna do a video what love really is. You might watch it before, after this video. If you're watching this video before that one, I'll advise you to watch it so you can really know what love is the Bible way. It's gonna be an amazing video. So I think I should do a quick recap. What fairy tales don't teach you about love? Number one, it's content that makes royalty. I think I made that number 2, but you get the gist. It's content. It's what's on your inside that makes you a king or a queen or a princess or a prince. The second thing is don't listen to your heart. Your spirit, your mind, that's your brain, then your heart and your emotions. The third thing is if you're still sleeping, you need a life before a relationship. The fourth is you can't test true love with a kiss because chemistry is just one subject. The fifth thing is it doesn't matter if the prince did not choose you. There are others. And the sixth thing is young don't mean stupid. The seventh is happily ever after. It's just the beginning. It's a process. I wish you all the best in your relationships, all the best in love, in life, and in faith. God bless you. Stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands. And I know you have more free time on your hand now, so on your hands now. Like don't forget to wash your hands. I didn't have more free time on your hands. So be sure to watch more videos on my channel and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining in today, for watching this. Share with your friends. Okay, I gotta go now.